And greetings for this holy occasion. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to get ma'rifat of Imam, to get close to Imam alayhi salatu wasalam, and to follow the teachings of Iman al-Ma'sumin alayhi salatu wasalam. Inshallah, I'll try to speak for some time about the importance of Iman and the benefits of Iman, especially in our worldly life, and the outcome of Iman. Inshallah, I'll try to connect with the mission and teachings of our 11th Imam. Quran Majid says, Inna alladhina qalu rabbuna Allah summa istaqamu. Indeed, those who said Allah is our Lord, summa istaqamu, then they were consistent in their faith. Tatanazzalu alayhim al-malaika, the angels would descend on them saying, تَتَنَزَّلُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ أَلَّا تَخَافُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا. No fear, no khawf, no huzn for you. وَأَبْشِرُوا بِالْجَنَّةِ الَّتِي كُنْتُمْ تُوعَدُونَ. And have the good news of paradise which you were promised. It's important to have faith, Iman, but the more important is to have sound faith, Iman mustahkam, the strong Iman. Having faith is tawfiq. Being mu'min and claiming that we are mu'min also is a sign of success, but the more important thing is having strong Iman. If we don't have sound and strong Iman, then if we have weak Iman, the shaky faith, it will collapse if it is challenged somehow. And the result of Iman, the result of having sound and mustahkam Iman with istiqamah and consistent is great. It's very amazing. I'm not talking about just the thawab and rewards in the day of judgment. My point is the benefits of Iman, the outcome of Iman in our worldly life, in this world. I try to speak very simple. As all of you know, I'm not a good speaker in English, but the content will help me and you to understand and to connect with each other. Quran Majid says, let me talk a little bit benefits of Iman in our worldly life, and then we'll go a little bit deeper to discuss what is the istiqamah, what is the sound Iman. What is the strong Iman? What is the reality of Iman? Iman is just not to claim that La ilaha illallah. It's not just to say and pronounce. Yes, the pronunciation is good and it's necessary. We can't say we'll believe from our heart and we'll don't accept and we are not ready to pronounce it. No, we have to say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. We have to pronounce it. Ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. We have to pronounce Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. The recitation, the pronunciation, the claiming and declaring through our tongue is important. The more important thing is to have strong faith from heart. What does it mean? The sound Iman means we must believe on oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Tawheed. He is the real superpower. He is the supreme authority, and He deserves to be worshipped, and we must submit ourselves to His will. I made 3-4 sentences very fast, but these all 4 sentences are very important. He is the real superpower. He is the supreme authority. Nobody is there before Him, and He deserves to be worshipped. Innaka ahlul ibadah. He is the ahl of ibadah. We must believe, we must have faith, and finally we must submit ourselves. If we read verses of Quran Majid praises Hazrat Ibrahim, Quran Majid praises Nabi Musa. What is the theme behind all sacrifices of Nabi Ibrahim? Just taslim. فَلَمَّا أَسْلَمَا وَتَلَّهُ لِلْجَبِينِ. In different chapters of Quran, Allah praises Nabi Ibrahim, especially وَنَادَيْنَاهُ أَنْ يَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ سَلَامٌ عَلَىٰ إِبْرَاهِيمَ فِي الْعَالَمِينَ كَانَ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً. All praises come together in one single point. What was the effort of Hazrat Ibrahim? Just taslim. Submit yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, what is the outcome of Iman? Having sound faith, what is its benefit in our worldly life? Quran Majid says the benefits of Iman in our worldly life, and as well as the benefits of Akhirah. Like there are many verses in Quran. One of them, you are successful. Our brother recites Surah Al-Mu'minun. My brothers and sisters, please pay attention. This talk is very simple but very useful in our daily life. Everybody runs behind success. Everybody wants to be successful in his life. Nobody is there in this world who seeks failure. So what is the problem? Problem is in finding the success and what is the criteria for being successful. Quran Majid says in very simple and straight way, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. You want success? Mu'minin are successful. Success comes with Iman. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ تَزَكَّى or قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. I mentioned 3 verses from Quran which says if you are mu'min, if you have real belief, if you are a real believer, then you are successful. Like we have in a hadith, مَنْ مَاتَ عَلَى وَمَنْ مَاتَ عَلَى حُبِّ آلِ مُحَمَّدٍ مَاتَ شَهِيدًا. Holy Prophet says, who dies with the love of Ahlul Bayt, he dies with maghfirah. It doesn't mean he will die and then in future he will get forgiveness and maghfirah. No. Before departure of his soul from his body, he is successful. He is shaheed. He is maghfur. He got the maghfirah and forgiveness. So success and muwaffaqiyah, falah is in Iman. Second verse from Quran. The benefits of Iman in our worldly life. The second thing, Quran Majid says if you are mu'min, you are great. You are greater than others. وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا أَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ إِن كُنْتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. You are superior. Sometimes we talk, people say in eyes of Islam there is no discrimination. Everybody is same, everybody has same level. No, it's wrong. Everybody is not same. Yes, there is difference. What is criteria in eyes of people to make someone superior and someone inferior? Some people, they talk about wealth, about status, about tribe, about some other worldly things, but Allah says, Quran says, if you have Iman and Taqwa, you are superior than others. أَفَمَنْ كَانَ مُؤْمِنًا كَمَنْ كَانَ فَاسِقًا. If you are mu'min, you are greater than the non-believers. It doesn't mean we have permission to insult other. No. We have to respect every human beings. But Iman is a criteria to be great in this world. Third thing, the benefit of Iman in our life. وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا. You are fearless. You will not face any kind of khawf and huzn and fear in your life if you are real mu'min. وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا أَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ. Same words and same terms are repeated in different verses of Quran. Like what I recited in beginning of my speech. تَتَنَزَّلُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ أَلَّا تَخَافُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا. I don't want to go in depth. The sign of being strong, what is the sign of being powerful? To not having fear. In this world, many people, many countries, they have every kind of weapon, but they live with fear. And many, they don't have anything, but they are fearless. Why? They are connected with the real supreme authority and superpower, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Iman makes us fearless. Iman gives us superiority. Iman makes us great. Iman makes us successful. And finally, Iman makes us honorable. Give us opportunity to live with honor. وَلِلَّهِ الْعِزَّةُ وَلِرَسُولِهِ وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. If we are mu'min, we have izzah. So let us conclude this talk that Iman is very important, but we have to maintain the strong Iman. We have to try to strengthen our Iman, increase the level of Iman. All believers, what we recite, daily prayers, we come together to recite Quran. We recite Quran every day. When we are alone or together, we do dua, we do majlis, we remember Ahlul Bayt alayhi, we have dhikra and dhikr of Rasulullah and Holy Prophet and his family. For what? These kinds of rituals are not just repeated rituals. These all things and these all programs are elements to elevate our Iman, to increase our Iman. We must not do every prayer like what we do yesterday, what we did yesterday. So we have to go ahead and move ahead towards strong Iman. But the real problem, or I can say the real challenge, is to maintain the istiqamah. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا. We need the istiqamah. It's easy to claim that we are Muslim, we are mu'min, we are believer, and our Lord is Allah. But to maintain the abdiyya, being slave for Allah, being servant of Allah, the maintain bandagi and abdiyya, it's very difficult. ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا. So istiqamah. There are different types of challenges, but I would like to mention two types of istiqamah. Istiqamah amaliyya, istiqamat and being consistent in our practical life. And the second one, istiqamah fikriya. In our thinking, in our thoughts, we must have istiqamah. We must be consistent. What is istiqamah amaliya? There are different examples. For example, real believers are strict and At the same time, they are soft. They are hard, they are soft. What does it mean? The real believer, they are very strict, or I can use the term rigid. I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but I think for to convey my message, I'll use the word even being rigid or strict. Real believers are very strict in their principles, their fundamentals, in their religion. They are not ready to compromise their religion. Sometimes we face some situations. No, this is the young age. This is the time to enjoy, to have some fun. Don't think about it's haram or halal. It's time to enjoy, to have fun. No, you are permitted to have fun, but not in a haram way. Sometimes we celebrate. Sometimes we have parties, birthday party, wedding parties. And people say, no, this is the time. No, you must not talk about haram or halal. Let us, inshallah, Muharram, we do Ramadan, inshallah, Shab-e-Qadr, we'll put Quran on our heads, and we are mu'min. But this day is for fun, for enjoy. No, mu'min is strict in their religion, in their deen. He is not ready to compromise. Does it mean that he is very rigid, he is flexible? No. At the same time, mu'min is broad-minded, he is pleasant, he is not ready to harm anyone. He is broad-minded in his behavior. He is not burning the bridges with people. He is not imposing his values, his wishes to others. He respects everybody, even non-believers. He does ihsan, like Quran says, Al-Qadhimin al-Ghaid wal-Afina anil nas wallahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Believers they control their anger. They hold back their temper. They do ihsan with all mankind. وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ, forgive mankind. There is no discrimination between mu'min and ghair mu'min. If you want to do ihsan, if you want to forgive the mistake of other people, there is no need to count them the criteria. He is mu'min or not, he is my relative or not. No, you forgive in personal issues, not in your fundamentals and in your fundamental and aqaid and deen. No, in personal issues, mu'minin, they forgive everybody. Wallahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Allah loves good doers. So it's very clear. So mu'min at the same time, he is very hard. He is strict. He is strong. Where? In fundamentals, in deen, to maintain deen. At the same time, he is broad-minded. He is flexible. He is pleasant with all people in family life, in social life, for all human beings. So istiqamah, we need to be strict in our principles. Istiqamah amaliyya. Istiqamah fikriya, which I would like to relate with the 11th Imam. Inshallah, I will try to make it fast. Istiqamah fikriya is more important than istiqamah amaliyya. Especially these days, there are different types of doubts, shukuk, shubahat. Why you believe the ghibat of Imam? What is the background of Ghadir? Why do Aza of Imam Hussain every year? Why it is like this? Why it is? Question is very good. We have to talk about everything. There is no limit to ask and discuss, but we cannot judge, we cannot make decisions because of some our imaginations or some doubts which are created intentionally from others. So istiqamah fikriya is very important. If I want to make some examples from current issues, it was there also in before history, but especially these days, some intellectuals, so-called intellectuals are there, some broad-minded people, they try to justify the Quran at the same time and some values which are not Quranic values. In like talk about human rights, freedom, the share of women in inheritance. These are controversial issues these days. Okay, so there are a group of people, they try to somehow maintain balance. They accept some principles, we can say, according to Western culture or according to advanced cultural issues, with the name of freedom. Everything is justified. If you are not hurting anyone, if you do what you want, there is no limit. And these kind of thoughts are collapsing the family values. Societies are being destroyed because of these kind of thoughts. So some people, they try to understand Quran, and they found some kind of problems, and they start to match Quran with their thoughts and try to explain Quran. No, this rule was for 14th century before. It is not for today's life, and it is not like this, it's not like this. Istiqama fikriya means we have to match our thoughts, our ideologies with Quran. We have to adjust our thoughts with Quran, not that we try to adjust Quranic teachings and values with our thoughts or with so-called some scholars' thoughts. Same problem was happening at the time of 11th Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salatu wassalam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. One scholar was one of great scholars of that time, Ishaq Kendi. I believe many of our brothers or sisters, they know about this person. He was a scholar, and of course he was a big scholar. He had many students. So he tried to read Quran, recite Quran, and research. He researched in Quran, and he tried to compel to write a book with the name of Tanaqud fil Quran, At-Tawad fil Quran, the contradictions of Quran. So-called contradictions. If we don't relay the Quran, if we don't connect Quran with Sahib al-Quran, with Imam and Imama, will be misguided even through Quran. So this person, Kendi, he spent almost his 20 years of life to find mutawad fil Quran, the contradictions of Quran. For example, Quran in some place says, at the day of judgment, la yus'alu anhum, the criminals, the hell people, they will not get asked for their bad deeds. Their faces were clear, and they will go to Jahannam. In other place, Quran says, waqifuhum innahum mas'ulun, stop them, they are answerable, they have to answer. So it looks like some kind of contradiction. The people of hell, the people of Jahannam will be answerable, or just because what they commit, they will go straight forward to Jahannam. So there is a beautiful explanation. There are stages in Qiyamah. In some stage, they'll get stopped, and they'll be asked. In some places, no question, answer, no talk, they'll face punishment directly. There are different stages. So I just gave an example that if you are not relay with Quran and with Ahlul Bayt, with Hadith and Rasulullah and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam, many people, they get misguided from Quran. So he started to writing Mutadaddat fil Quran, At-Tanaquz fil Quran, and it's a long narration. Imam 11th Imam, he sends one of his students and teaches him, don't argue with the Kendi and get his servant or his student and take time. After some time, when he was able to take time and made good relations, then Imam just explains very simple thought. Imam says, go and ask Kendi, how can you imagine that what you understand from Quran, it is same thing what Allah wants to deliver. How can you find the intention of Allah and the real meaning of Allah from yourself? Will you give some possibility that what you mean, it is not the real meaning of Quran? Somehow he understood and he asked the student, who told you this point and who teaches you? For some time he tries to hide him, but the Kendi says, it is not your words. These statements are not from you. This is related to Imam, who is the real descendant of Holy Prophet. And then he went and he destroyed his book, which 20 years of his life was spent to compile and to make a book about tadadat fil Quran. So my message is here tonight. If you look at the life history of Imam Masumin alayhi, every Imam, there are different types of efforts and situations, but some efforts are unlimited without any kind of excuse. Let us talk about political problems. Sometimes the political issues were very, very difficult. Some other activities were very problematic. But to learn, to teach, to get the real message from Quran, to raise your kids according to Quran and Hadith, and to safeguard your deen and your family's deen, these tasks are not excused at any cost. Of course, 11th Imam, Imam Hassan Askari, was one of youngest Imam who got Shaheed. He got Shaheed in his 28 years of his age. 9th Imam, Imam Muhammad Taqi, he got Shaheed on 25th year, 25 years. And 10th Imam, 41 years, not too much. And 11th Imam, he got Shaheed just in 28 years, and he had many tasks and challenges. One of the most important tasks of 11th Imam was to save Imam of time and teach people how to maintain your deen in the time of Ghaibat Imam. Imam start to train the people, to explain the people how to relate or how to maintain your deen. And many narrations in hadith which are related about taqleed, about ijtihad, and about the qualities of person who can be a mujtahid or marja, was related to 11th Imam. And it was at the same time very big challenge and painful task for Imam to be away from his son for some time. Sometimes he was introducing his son as an Imam, and he make community to get ready for Ghaibat of 12th Imam. One of the famous sayings of Imam is, it's very famous. Generally we hear and we learn about this hadith at the time of Arba'in. Imam says there are some signs and qualities for a mu'min, believer. There are some qualities. The qualities of mu'min, Shia, being Shia, is some signs are there. One of those signs al-khatam bil yamin, al-jahr bi bismillah, having a ring in right hand,